Okay, the first question for the day is the first question. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle QRS. QRS. Here is Q. And angle SQR is 28 as shown here. Find ORS. So looking for ORS, this angle here. That's what we're looking for. Okay, from the shape and from your circle theorem, we know that angle at center is twice angle at circumference. So angle at center here, this angle at O will be 2 times 28. So angle SOR will be equal to 2 times 28, and the reason is angle at center is 2 times angle at circumference. 2 times 28 gives us 56. Okay, so now that we know that here is 56, we can see that line OS and line OR, they are both radii. So OS is a radius, OR is a radius, and since they are both radii, they are equal to each other. And if they are both equal to each other, it means that the triangle SOR is an isosceles triangle. It's a triangle that has 2 of its sides equal. And one property of an isosceles triangle is that the base angles are equal. So the angle here and the angle here must be equal. Now we know that the sum of angles in the triangle is 180, and one of those angles is 56. It means that the remaining angle is going to be 180 minus 56. Okay, so this is going to give us 10 minus 6 is 4, remaining 7 here. 7 minus 5 is 2, so we have 124. So the 124 is going to be shared by the 2 remaining angles. Okay, and those 2 remaining angles will have 1, 2, 4 divided by 2, because they're going to be shared equally. Remember that they are base angles of an isosceles triangle. So 2 divide 12 is 6, 2 divide 4 is 2. So we have 62 as our final answer. In our second question, we have 1 plus the cube root of x minus 3 is equal to 4. We should solve. Okay, so this is a linear equation. Okay, so we have 1 plus cube root of 3, cube root of x minus 3 is equal to 4. So to solve this equation, very simply, we are going to subtract 1 from both sides. So cube root of x minus 3 is equal to 4 minus 1. So we are having the cube root of x minus 3 is equal to 3. Okay, so to clear the cube root, we're going to cube both sides. So cube both sides, cube both sides. So what we're doing is we're going to take cube root of x minus 3, and then we'll raise it to power 3, and then 3 we'll raise it to power 3. Okay, cube and cube root will cancel out, so we have x minus 3 is equal to the cube of 3. That means 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So we have 27 here. Now we have a very simple linear equation. Add 3 to both sides. We'll have x minus 3. We'll add 3. And then 27. We add 3. So this will give us 0. And we'll have x is equal to 27 plus 3. That gives us 30. So the value of x is 30, and that's A here. Next here we have the angle of a sector of a circle is, the radius is this and the angle is this. So you know a sector, that way this is a sector. This angle is 115 degree, and then the radius is 3.4. Okay, remember this side is also a radius. Okay, so if you recall that for a sector, the area which we're asked to calculate, area here for a sector is theta over 360 times pi r squared. Okay, the theta is the sectorial angle 115 degree, r there is 3.4. So if we substitute these, then have we're going to have area as 115 degrees over 360 times 22 over 7 times r is 3.4 squared. So area 115 times 22 times 3.4 times 3.4 over 360 times 7. Okay, so very simply we can use our calculator. So 115 times 22 times 3.4 times 3.29, 246.8. Okay, divided by 360 times 7. That will give us 2520. 2520. Okay, so we're now going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So okay, 11.6059. Answers we have, we just have to one decimal place, so 11.6 is our answer. So in this question, it said there are 30 students in a class. 11 study woodwork, 13 study metalworks, 6 study neither of two subjects. How many students study woodwork but not metalwork? To draw. So if we have this to represent the universal set, and then we have this to represent one of the sets, and then we have this to represent the other. So remember, we have metalwork and metalwork and woodwork. So let's use a W for woodwork. Let's use M for metalwork. Okay, so there are 30 students in a class. That's universal set. Okay, so our universal set is equal to 30 here. So we're going to say let number that study both be x. That's where we start from. Okay, now there are 30 students in the class and 15 study woodwork. So if we already have x studying both of them, the number that will study only woodwork is going to be 15 minus x. Okay, and then for metalwork we have 13 studying metalwork. So since we have 13 studying metalwork, and you can see that x of them are already in both of the sets, then the number that we're studying only metalwork is going to be 13 minus x. Okay, now there is one more information here. Said there are 6 people that are not in either of the sets. So those 6 people will not be inside the circle, but they'll be inside the rectangle. So this is they're not in W and they're not in M. All right, so we know that The universal set, the number of elements in the universal set, okay, will be number in only woodwork. So we're going to say only woodwork is W intersection M complement, that's like that, plus the number that are in both, that's here, okay, that's here. That will be W intersection M, okay, that will be W intersection M, and then plus the number here that is only metal work is going to be N of W intersection M with a prime on W. Okay, I'm supposed to add N here. And then finally, this 6 here falls in the region of, we're going to say plus W, we're going to call it W union M complement. Okay, the entire sets, they are not in any of the entire sets. So if you want to learn set notation, how we derive the namings of all of these aspects of the set, okay, I have an intensive class that is geared towards WAEC, okay, so you can join my class. Let's move on. So the number of the universal set here is 30, and that of this region is 15 minus x, and the middle region is x, and then this region is 15 minus x plus this region is 13 minus x, and then plus this 6. Everything is supposed to give us 30. So we're now having 30 is equal to 15 plus 13 plus 6 minus x. Okay, so 15 plus 13 is 28. 28 plus 6 is 34. So we're having 30 is equal to 34 minus x. And then we'll have 30 minus 34 is equal to minus x, giving us minus 4 is equal to minus x, which makes x to be 4. It said, how many students study woodwork but not metal work? Okay, so the number of students, this x now is number of students that study both woodwork and metal work, okay, but we're looking for people that study only woodwork, and we know from here that it is 15 minus x. Now that we know that x is 4, 15 minus 4 is,